Hello everyone. I hope you all are doing great. I have applied, a quick method so that these are a few points that I think you need to learn. So that is why I have noted down. So let's just see work done by a gravitational force. We know that the gravitational force is, when the body is the वेयर इज़ ड्यू टू ग्रेविटी वेयर इज़ ड्यू टू ग्रेविटी तो अगर हमें वेट चाहिए होगा तो द ग्रेविटेशनल फोर्स मीन्स द डायरेक्शन ऑफ द फोर्स डायरेक्शन क्या होगी फोर्स की विल बी डाउनवर्ड ऑलराइट अगर डाउनवर्ड होगी तो हमारे पास वर्क विल बी नेगेटिव वी गोना डिस्कस दैट ओके ड्यू टू द ग्रेविटेशनल फोर्स द वर्क कैन बी पॉजिटिव द वर्क कैन बी नेगेटिव and the work can be zero as well. All right, you need to remember this. Then if the force and the displacement is in the same direction, the work will be maximum. Let's just see how that work will be positive or maximum. Force है हमारे पास इस direction में, all right. Distance है हमारे पास इस direction. There will be no angle, zero angle, all right. And we know that cos 90 is equal to work is maximum, all right. Cos 90 is equal to 0, then the work will be maximum, all right. Next up we have work direction is when downward, so all right, okay. When the work direction is downward and the force, we know that the force is upward, all right. Force goes this direction, so here the angle will be 90 and cos 90 is equal to 0, so the work will be 0. All right, I hope you got it. Now we have when the work, all right, so work done against the gravity is W minus mgh, all right, and also known as the gravitational potential energy. Oh, at one time minus g की value can be 180. I'm gonna explain that in next topics. We're gonna see work done against the gravity. अच्छा, you need to remember that work is equal to mgh is also the formula of work. Work is equal to fd is also formula. Work is equal to fd cos theta is also the formula. So you need to learn this, all right. Abhi I'll tell you, work done against the gravity is always negative. Let's just see how. Next up we have another point that the work in the cyclic process, the displacement is 0 and the angle is okay. सी हेयर वर्क डन हुआ वापस से उसी जगह पे आ गया, सो द डिस्प्लेसमेंट विल बी ज़ीरो, ऑलराइट. और ये साइक्लिक प्रोसेस है. व्हेन द साइक्लिक प्रोसेस आकर द वर्क विल बी ज़ीरो, क्योंकि बॉडी यहाँ से इनिशियल इट वेंट फ्रॉम इनिशियल एंड केम बैक टू फाइनल एट अ सेम पॉइंट, तो द वर्क द डिस्प्लेसमेंट विल बी ज़ीरो, ऑलराइट. एंड एंगल वुड बी 160, तो 160 इज इक्वल टू 1, बट द वर्क is 0, all right. Work will be 0 anyhow. Now we're gonna see some work done by independent work done independent of part. Like work is an independent of part, right? There's not dependent part. It's a conservative force, all right. The conservative forces are those I have taught in my previous video. The conservative forces are the forces that does not depends on the path, that does not, for example, gravitational force. The gravitational force does depend on the path? Exactly not. Electric field does not magnetic field does not but the frictional force that depend on the path, that is not conservative force, that is another, that's the word used for inconservative or non-conservative. Yes, non-conservative force, all right. You quickly gonna see that how work is independent of the part. For example, work हो रहा है A C and B, all right. अब now when the work is horizontal, so we know horizontal है तो हमारे पास distance horizontal है and it is going at this direction, all right. इस डायरेक्शन में जाएगा 90 का एंगल इट विल मेक एंड cos 90 इज इक्वल टू 0, ऑलराइट. तो वर्क जब हमारे पास ए सी पे 0 है एंड व्हेन इट विल बी गो टू ए सी टू बी, ऊपर जा रहा है, द वैल्यू इज गोइंग अप, तो ऑफ कोर्स द वैल्यू विल बी इन द नेगेटिव, ऑलराइट. तो वर्क अभी आई टॉट यू द फॉर्मूला ऑफ वर्क एज वेल, minus mgh ऑलराइट. तो अभी हमारे पास वर्क, जब हमारे पास वर्क हॉरिजॉन्टल होगा तो वर्क वुड बी 0, द वर्क विल बी गोइंग अप. अगर ऊपर की डायरेक्शन में वर्क लगा और नीचे की डायरेक्शन में वर्क लग रहा होगा, लाइक सी, ऊपर की डायरेक्शन में वर्क लगा, नीचे की डायरेक्शन में वर्क लगा, एंगल क्या बना, 180 बना. ऑलराइट. एंड उसके बाद हमारे पास टोटल 180 जब एंगल बनता है, ऑलराइट, यू नीड टू रिमेंबर दिस, व्हेन द एंगल इज 180, द वैल्यू ऑफ the value of work is negative, not 0, negative. So the value of work is negative. Alright, value है minus mgh. So when we plus this, the minus mgh is the result of it. Now if we're gonna see another factor, ADB, A to D. When we goes A to D, we are going upward. Alright, upward we are going, और हमारी फोर्स डाउनवर्ड लग रही है. ऑलराइट, तो here it is creating the angle of 180, and as I told you that when the angle between 180 is in the work done, so the value of work would be minus in the negative. So here minus mg and D at B. Here horizontal path is, you can see the horizontal path. When it is a horizontal path and the work would be in direction, so here automatically 90 का angle बना and cos 90 is equal to 0. Alright, cos 90 is equal to 0. So then we got the answer again, minus mg. So we're gonna plus. Now agar we need to find all the direction, like we need to sum of all the work, what we're gonna do is that work AB का वर्क. Now we need to find the work of AB. Exactly, हमने ADB we have found, but now we have to find the work of AB. Okay, alright, I'm just gonna do a simple changes here. Incline graph बनेगा. Alright, so here you can see height is changing. This is the variable force, as I told you. Alright, I taught you as well. So when the variable force will be coming, so where here will be the change in the delta, and height would be considered as, we can also write height delta y1 plus delta y2. Height may be considered as the displacement. Alright, change in displacement when the body is going upward. Alright, so mg h, instead of h we have for delta y1, mg delta y2, mg delta y2, because w1 plus w2 plus wt is the derivation of it. Now here is the common and h value is here, so answer is again minus mg. Here minus mg, and answer would be minus mg. So it is the independent of path. Work is independent of path. Alright, in cyclic process, as I told you, the work is 0. Alright, now we're gonna see that in cyclic process how the work is 0. Alright, now we're gonna see. Alright, so we have added work AC, work AD. So here's the value, the constant value that we put out, and the work is 0. Alright, so work is, it says the work does not depend, किसी path पे work depend नहीं करता, work is independent of path. Alright, so you need to remember a few things as well, that centripetal force, the work is 0, because in the force would be in center of the mass, center of the earth. Centrifugal force के अंदर center में आती है force, and here the direction would be downward, so the angle would be 90. And as I told you, when the cos 90 is equal, when cos come at 90, the angle is 90, the value of work will be 0, because cos 90 is equal to 0. The same goes with centripetal force. Centripetal force की the direction is outward. Alright, as I told you, in the cyclic process, the work is 0, because it is conservative force. Now if I could ask you, okay, tell me, in FPS system, what's the the unit of work? So the in FPS system, the work unit is foot, because distance and foot, force for foot. Okay, when we multiply this, so that is kilowatt hours, and 1 joule is equal to this kilowatt hour, and 1 kilowatt hour is equal to 3 and this joules. Alright, I hope you got it. It was a very short topic.